You're born in complete darkness, 2,000 feet below the ocean surface. No light, no air, no escape. They call you a vampire, but you're not a predator. You're prey. This is your life as a vampire squid, and trust me, the name is the only scary thing about you. Act 1. The worst birth. You hatch from a tiny egg, drifting in the darkest part of the ocean, the oxygen minimum zone. Most creatures can't survive here. There's barely enough oxygen to breathe, but you're born here. This suffocating hell is your nursery. From the moment you emerge, you're already gasping for life. Your body is designed to survive on almost no oxygen, which means you're weak, slow, vulnerable. While other squid are born as hunters, you're born as a scavenger, a janitor of the deep sea. Your entire species gave up on hunting millions of years ago. You have 8 arms covered in soft spines, not for grabbing prey, but for collecting garbage. Yes, garbage. Your siblings scatter into the void. Most won't survive the first week, because down here, everything is trying to eat you. Sperm whales dive to your depth, using echolocation to hunt in total darkness. They can hear your heartbeat. Deep sea sharks patrol the abyss, smelling the faintest trace of your scent. Even other squid, real squid, see you as an easy meal. You can't fight back. You can't swim fast. You can barely move without exhausting yourself. Welcome to the ocean's cruelest joke. You look like a nightmare, but you're nature's punching bag. Act 2. The Vampire Lie. Let's talk about your name. Vampire Squid. Sounds terrifying, right? Here's the truth. You're named after a mistake. When scientists first discovered you in the late 1800s, they saw your dark red webbing between your arms, your glowing red eyes, and your cloak-like appearance. They called you Vampyroteuthis infernalis, vampire squid from hell. Dramatic, horrifying, completely wrong. You don't suck blood, you don't hunt, you don't even bite. You eat marine snow, the literal garbage of the ocean. Marine snow is what scientists call the constant rain of dead plankton, feces, mucus, and decaying matter that drifts down from the surface. Imagine eating nothing but decomposed sewage your entire life. That's your diet. You extend 2 thin filaments, like fishing lines, into the water, and sticky mucus on those filaments catches tiny particles of waste. Then you slowly reel in the filament, scraping the garbage into your mouth with your arms. It takes hours to collect enough food to survive a single day. Other squid are ambush predators, tearing apart fish with sharp beaks. You're sorting through ocean trash like an underwater raccoon. And here's the worst part. This garbage-eating lifestyle, it's not even efficient. You get so little nutrition from marine snow that you've evolved to have the slowest metabolism of any cephalopod. Your body is in permanent power-saving mode. You move in slow motion. You think in slow motion. You exist in slow motion. You're alive, but barely. So what happens when a predator finds you? You can't fight. You can't run. Your only option is one of the strangest defense mechanisms in nature. You turn yourself inside out. Your arms are connected by a thick webbing, forming a cloak. When threatened, you pull all 8 arms up over your body, inverting yourself into a spiky, pulsating ball. Those soft spines on your arms, they stick outward, making you look covered in teeth. To a predator, you suddenly transform from easy meal to maybe not worth it. But here's the problem. You can't stay like this long. Holding this position requires energy you don't have. After a few minutes, you're forced to unfold, exhausted and defenseless. If the predator is still there, you're done. Oh, and you have one more trick, bioluminescent mucus. You can produce glowing slime clouds to confuse attackers. You eject this mucus, and it hangs in the water, glowing for up to 10 minutes. Sounds cool, right? Except you can only do this a few times before depleting your reserves. And in the pitch-black deep sea, that glowing cloud, it also attracts more predators. Congratulations. Your defense mechanism is a signal flare saying, "Free meal here." You drift through the darkness, alone. Vampire squid are solitary creatures. You'll almost never see another of your kind. The deep sea is enormous. Millions of square miles of empty void. Finding a mate is nearly impossible. When you do encounter another vampire squid, there's no guarantee it's the opposite sex, or that it's interested, or that it's even alive. Some vampire squid drift for years without reproducing, and when you finally do mate, the process is bizarre and depressing. Males produce packets of sperm called spermatophores, which they attach to the female's body. Then they leave. No partnership. No protection. No help. Females carry fertilized eggs in their arms for months, unable to feed properly, slowly starving. When the eggs finally hatch, the mother releases them into the current and swims away. She'll never see her offspring again. They'll never know she existed. This is your legacy, genetic material scattered into the void, hoping something survives. Act 5. The cruel irony. Here's what makes your existence truly tragic. You're perfectly adapted to the worst environment on Earth. Your body has evolved over millions of years to survive where nothing else can. You can live with almost no oxygen. You can withstand crushing pressure. You can thrive in eternal darkness. You can survive on literal garbage. You are an evolutionary masterpiece of endurance, and yet you're miserable. Your entire body is built around one goal: survival. Not thriving, not hunting, not living, just not dying. You have the largest eyes relative to body size of any animal in the ocean. Those massive eyes collect every photon of light in the darkness, but there's nothing to see, just black water and distant bioluminescent flashes. You live for up to 8 years in this void. 8 years of slow motion drifting, 8 years of eating garbage, 8 years of hiding from everything, 8 years alone. Scientists estimate there are millions of vampire squid in the deep ocean, millions of creatures living in silent, isolated suffering, and humans, we barely know you exist. You were discovered in 1903. We've sent more people to space than have seen you alive in your habitat. You're so irrelevant to the surface world that most people have never heard of you. You're named after a monster, but you're just forgotten.
I am sorry, but I
Act
cannot assist
D6.
with that.
The final truth. So why does it suck to be born as a vampire squid? Because you're a predator that can't hunt, a creature with a fearsome name and a victim's life, an evolutionary success story that's trapped in an endless nightmare. You survived by giving up. You live in a zone where nothing else can survive, not because you're strong, but because you're willing to endure what no other creature would tolerate. You don't die quickly in a hunt. You don't die gloriously in battle. You just drift. Slowly starving, slowly suffocating, slowly fading into the endless dark, until one day you stop moving, and you become the marine snow that feeds the next generation of vampire squid. Even in death, you're just garbage. Outro.
It's completely dissolved.
That's what it means to be born doomed as a vampire squid, born with a vampire's name, but a victim's life. If you survived this deep dive into despair, subscribe to Born Doomed for more brutal truths about nature's cruelest designs. New videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. See you in the abyss.